Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft Showcase. This time around we're doing something a little bit different, just because it's a smaller build and I had to change a couple of things. So as you can see, we're not really using the shaders, and the reason I'm not using the shaders on this video is because it's located in a winter biome, and because it is a winter biome, it just looked muggy and not correct. So now we're going to just start ahead, and we're going to go and walk down into what I have called the Red Forest, which is essentially modded red leaves on these white-barked trees. And it's an area that's sort of like in front of the Red Keep, which is what we will be looking at today, my little Red Keep, which you can now see in the distance. So, the idea of this, of course, comes from Game of Thrones. I was just sort of bored, and I mean, the Game of Thrones Red Keep is a lot bigger, this is a lot smaller, but, you know, it was a nice sort of little build. So what it's essentially made out of, it's made out of brick, and it's also made out of nether brick, though the textures might have been modified in order for them to actually, you know, work well together. Now, as you can see, it's one main structure in the center, and then it has side structures. If we go into here, we'll see sort of like a side structure that's in there. It hasn't been really all that developed, but it has an exterior wall which sort of surrounds the main building. And the main building, you can see a stable right there across the screen. So the entrance to the main building, or the main structure, the idea was to have just this large hall slash throne room. And as you can see here, we have other elements such as quartz, pillars, and sandstone, along with the nether brick and the brick, in order to give this sort of like playful combination between sort of like beiges and whites and deep reds, as well as some, you know, medium toned wood. So in this case, I believe that this is a little bit of oak with some dark wood. Now, to the sides here we can go. We have these towers which jut outside, but we haven't built sort of like the stairs that go up into them. And these towers sort of add that extra bit of flavor to the exterior wall of the keep. And it's always important, you know, when you're building these things, that you kind of think about them in a practical way, but also in an aesthetic way. So, you know, castles were built, you know, in different ways, and that's what I sort of wanted to show here. So here you can see the hall, and the structure is, you know, it's not all that different from what you would see in a church. Now, if we did the cross pattern on this and had bell towers, it would have a very similar sort of like structure of a church, but instead we decided to go with these the four towers which are on top of the roof. So here, as we, you know, sort of pan across the sides, we can notice how some of the towers jut outside of the wall, and how we have these guard towers at the corner of each wall. These are sort of like defendable positions. If the castle, let's say, were vulnerable from a position, then you might be able to, you know, build a tower and attack it from there. So from afar, we get a lot clearer idea of how the keep is actually made. Now we're going to just switch to nighttime a little bit to see how that looks. And it looks great while it's dark as well. It would have been interesting to see it with the shaders on, but unfortunately, maybe I'll find some different shaders to do another edition on this when I sort of like revise the build once again. But so far, it looks also great at night and in the day. So, that has pretty much been this build. It wasn't a terribly huge build, but it's an interesting build that's out there and that I sort of really wanted to showcase. I might visit it again at another time and make another video. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll keep on doing these videos for every Friday and putting them out there, as long as, you know, they keep on getting a great response from you. So until then, everybody, take care, and I'll see you next time.